So, what is your perfect Mafia game? Well, I'm asking myself that question, but I'll be also asking yous that question. So don't forget to comment down below, and in my next video I will be obviously showing what yous have said, and then I will be talking about your suggestions. So, what is my perfect Mafia game? Well, the era, that was just as important as the story, so I think the best era possibly to have a Mafia story is possibly the 40s/50s. I know that wasn't a very, well, you know, it was a good time, but I mean, it wasn't as popular as people like make it out to be. I would say the most popular time for Mafias would probably be like 20s, 30s during Prohibition and stuff like that. But like, I personally loved Mafia 2 because of the time period. So I would love to be playing back into the 1940s and 50s, similar to Mafia 2. But it could be like early 40s, late 50s instead of late 40s and early 50s like Mafia 2. I like a nice variation. So, moving on to the story. Personally, in the Mafia storyline, I would have liked to see Vito and Joe go against the Vinci family. Like, I think I've said this in a previous video, like, Vito would obviously find out about Joe not being killed, and them two would join up, and then Leo and Frank would want them dead because obviously they want to get rid of them both now, because as they found out that they've been lied to all these years, and they could possibly be making moves on them, seeing as that hasn't stopped them before, like in Mafia 2. Well, being working with each other makes everyone's life a misery, as you've seen with Mafia 2 with the Triad whole situation and the Vincis. So them two going against the Vinci family, and obviously they'll need help from like the Salieri family in Lost Heaven, and there could be a new family formed in Empire Bay. Like I've said on many occasions, Eddie Scarpa is a great character to have as a Don, or the head of his own family. So that would be the story for me, and obviously we'll have Lincoln in the mix. He'll come as, well, everyone wants him to be Joe's son, so Joe's son, and then obviously he can't be part of the family because he's not, well he's not, he's half Italian, he's not fully Italian, and well, it's frowned upon to have a non-Italian in your family, in a crime family, but it's not like you would get sanctioned for it. It's not like everyone would just say you're not worth it and just kick you out of the commission or something. So it could possibly that Lincoln joined the family, but in my ultimate fantasy of a Mafia game, I would like to see him as an associate, so he could work outside of the rules. So obviously the setting would be taking place in Empire Bay once again, because you can't get enough of Empire Bay. I know it's kind of small as a city, but obviously it could have been like built, like the map could have been more like built out and it's spread across in a wider variation. So would have like more kind of suburban areas like Greenfield, and we'll have access to the countryside. On the weapons front, obviously, well, all the weapons from Mafia 2 and some new weapons from Mafia 3 would be great, seeing as the M14, I think they were commissioned in the late 50s during the Korean War. Don't hold us to that, but I mean the early 50s, not the mid 50s. And everything would just be the same as Mafia 2, but more refurbished, like new music, new cars, new guns like I've mentioned, obviously a new whole map, new characters, and yeah, to me that would personally be a better game than Mafia 3. This is in my opinion, by the way, so I don't know what yous are thinking. I'll be happy to look through the comments to have a look what yous are thinking. But obviously I would want to play as Vito once again, because Vito, well, in my opinion, Vito is the best character in the whole universe, you know. But obviously I think there would be a choice between Vito and Joe, because obviously they're both protagonists, so that would be a nice variation. And also customization. I would love to input buying businesses, customizing the businesses, and like what businesses you want to create, different like outfits, not just suits. They could just be anything, like Vito's polo shirt and fucking suit pants. That would just be a great combination. And the fact that you could wear Joe's floral shirt without his jacket, just different kinds of customization. And it's possible that you could possibly do a facial kind of customization as well, like growing out a beard. I know beards and mustaches and facial hair wasn't that popular back then, but you know, it's up to the player, to be fair. So the more customization, the better. And I know this is probably a long shot, but the ability to also travel to different cities. This is like fucking Rockstar level kind of game development I'm talking about. Jesus. Like the ability to go to Lost Heaven, because obviously we haven't seen Lost Heaven since the late 30s, well, the whole 30s, and it must, like, obviously it's changed over the years, so I would just love to see what it looks like, and travel to the places where we've been once before when we were Tommy Angelo, and like just seeing how it's all changed. Similar to Empire Bay, I would love to see that in Mafia 3, but you know, it's not like just totally got what I was saying. I think that's about it. I'm just gonna wrap it up there. Did I miss anything? Don't think I did. So remember to comment down below about your fantasy friggin' Mafia game, what you would want. It could be the most imaginative Mafia idea ever, just as long as it's like connected to the story, then that'll be fine. Like and subscribe for some more, and I'll see you in the next one.